Okay, friends. So I said I'm not really certain if I want to hit record or not because some of the things I may or may not say depends on how the vibration, or some would say the spirit leads. I think I'm going to be very candid based on the information I have been able to acquire over the period of time that has been going day after day as we learn and we understand much more of what this transition means to you and I. So this call is a real personal call, a call that you can feel free to ask some questions. It's just me, you, and some of the top leadership from throughout this journey that you have been on, the faces and the names that you'd have been seeing, speaking and presenting to you. And I just kept it kind of in-house. I didn't invite any of the other top guys to be here, as I just wanted to really spend some time with each of you and allow you to vent who want to vent, who may not grasp all that there is to grasp. But as I just share, and I share the harsh reality that is, and no matter how it boils down, what it may look like, what you may think initially, I'm confident that this initial move or this initial start of this journey that we are on right now, and this phase, this chapter, whatever you want to look at it, however you want to view it, is a positive. It absolutely will help. It will assist, and you will achieve your ultimate goal. And many would have joined for whatever particular reason they would have joined ISE for. But some way, somehow, your goal was tied in to making additional income, profiting on your money that you would have had somewhere, not profiting you, that you may have had an institution, not profiting you. So it may seem or be uncomfortable that you wake up and things change. But I want to remind you that this tends to happen a lot where you don't have a say in the matter, but things change. And um one of the instances I could think about that may not be a nice comparison, but it's pretty much like how the banking structure can just change their fees or policies as they want, almost as if they had a nightmare or some sort of dream, and they got up and then overnight you're restricted or something is just not working how it should. And one of the common things that a lot of people from Trinidad and Tobago can identify with is your USD limit on your credit card or your USD limit to what you're allowed or what you can expect. I remember having a 10,000 US dollar limit from FCB with the credit card, and that went from 10,000 to 5,000 overnight without notification. Was out of the country when I try to swipe, knowing I have the money on the card, can't get through, being denied, didn't even have backup, having to call the bank via someone else. So I call WhatsApp, they call three-way, and you know you're not supposed to do that. If they detect that you're on a three-way call, they hang up with you. And the individual helping me out only to learn that they changed policies and they cut off what I normally have access to. And I had to find a way. There was no leeway talking, no help, no nothing. Because the system changed and it was the system. And that is the system. That's how they explain it. They could care less if I was in my rights or not. And this is not a move that happened like this. But the point that I want to, or the moral of the story is this move that has happened, it is. It's not something that we query. It's not something that you have the choice of. I earlier was listening to a guy speaking, and he was saying, we had an earlier call with some Europeans, and he was saying, um, how about I don't want to make the move? What would it cost me to stay with ISC? I said, 3 million. He said, I have to. make the move. I said, you don't have to. The move has already been made. You have to accept the move. And he's like, really? And then we got more into the conversation, as I'm going to get more into the conversation with you. I think the very first point I want you guys to understand about this entire move is that you have to accept it. The different reasons of why it could be, it could differ based on who you talk to, but there's a fact that I'll share in just a bit. But no matter what it is I share, no matter how it is you hear it, no matter how you receive it, we have to accept it. And that's first and foremost. We have to accept it. We have to go with it. I believe there's a lot of advantages with it, but we have to accept it. That's number one. Okay. So someone wants to know why? I feel it's just rushed. I feel it's rushed. Yes, it is, absolutely. And let me share one of the reasons you can view it as rushed. Okay. Let's say hypothetically, and is more literal than hypothetical, but let's just say hypothetically, you know, and if you don't understand, then you really don't understand the business. But you should know or you should understand that ISE is a fintech fund management company that is operating independently of the broker, that the broker is a strategic partner of ISE. We don't own the broker, we don't control the broker. The broker is his own strategic partner, business entity, and relationship that we have. Some of you may or may not be familiar with another broker by the name of Vlado that we did business with, who ended up in investigation and funds are frozen there. We have this broker that we utilize called Orphinex. And this broker, Orphinex, is also as independent as Vlado was. The major difference between this broker and Vlado is Orphinex don't necessarily deal or have fund managers with handling clients' money on their behalf in a MLM system or MLM structure. Vlado had numerous individuals or companies that were MLM companies that was transaction funds on other person's behalf. Those companies crashed and caused a panic and created a problem for the broker with the regulatory bodies. No fault of the broker, no fault of ISE. ISE bots have always been profitable, always been successful month after month, and we continue doing business even as challenging or as hard as it may be. At that point in time, the funds were not moved over to any new platform like Orphinex as an example, because it could not be, because the funds and the money of ISE itself is with said broker as our money is also. And you know what I learned today, and it's crazy. I had having this conversation today, I learned as well that when we have a margin call, immediately after the margin call, for those who don't understand what a margin call is when we have the severe but going through the process of the 5 consecutive trades, it not being successful, and we lose or we blow the entire account. But because it is so-called capital protection, the company refunds each of us our original capital for it to commence trading again. Now, no company will do this if it's not profitable for them on the trades for them to make back their money. So when they do have a margin call, it's not that the company wants. The company not happy with the margin call, but they take the responsibility of their bot that they design that's not supposed to lose in such a martingale strategy, but has the possibility to. We commence trading almost the very next day. Sometimes it may be 2 days, but right within the same week, if whenever it is, or right in a short period of time, we commence trading again. Do you know how it is? It's because the money is already with the broker, backing up and stand by that if a margin call do happen, you can just tap into this excess fund that's sitting with you, the broker. Wow. When I heard that information, I said, wow. So I am letting you know that there's a vested interest in ISC getting their funds from Vlado because it's a substantial amount of money, as well as our money they want to recover as well. So we have nothing of that to be concerned about. When that situation unsolves or fixes itself, that fix. But we can't wait. Me and you can't wait. We desire, we can build that income again, all over again, and more, knowing that the bot system of ISC works. So, moral of the story, Phoenix supposedly, or maybe, or just listen to this scenario and tell me what would you do. Phoenix gives you a letter saying, listen, we know we have a partnership. We know we have this successful venture with you. However, we are not satisfied with the way you do business as a network marketing company. You're posing challenges with the regulatory bodies and us. So we would like to dissolve our relationship. What would you do as ISC? I believe their response time was immensely commendable because the other response that could have been was to just give you back your money. Just give you back your money and let you walk away from the opportunity to make profit. Just decide to shut down the whole project and say it's just not worth it and move on. But no, these individuals and these people already had their plan and was already strategically aligning themselves to be a part of this crypto boom that is happening. When you listen to Ben, who is from Icarus Labs, present, one of the things he liked to say and discuss from proven track history recently that you can go and view for yourself what the commodity market, what gold has done the last 2 years, Bitcoin has done the last 2 months. So with the halving, and if you don't know Bitcoin halving, you can look that up so you can understand. But many of you may not be familiar or understand cryptocurrency at all. That's okay. You'll get to learn as we go along. You can look up what the bull run is and note that there has been massive conversation about a bull run that's expected to take place and has already technically started, and the Bitcoin halving hasn't even happened as yet. This means that almost all coins are going to take a ride up. It may last throughout the entire year. We're not sure. It may last for a week. We're not sure. But to happen is a must. So we are positioned in such a way with this company that this ride that will happen, we are not to miss. But the bot capabilities and trading capabilities of this company, whether the run happens or not, up or down the market move, they are designed to make profit based on all the parameters that they have set with the artificial intelligence bot. So, with that in mind, if you had a level of hostility, a level of anger, or you was like, why? And I don't like this, and it's short notice. You may not know the full story or the backstory of why the business model have changed. And here it is, I'm giving you food for thought. I'm not going into the expressive details because I don't know all, but I'm giving you enough information for you to sit back and make a rational, logical thinking hypotenuse of what could be, what may be, or what is. Allfinex may have positioned themselves to terminate the relationship, and then ISE would have done what? With no next broker already lined up. So whole this whole area of regulation and hardcore regulated body and this space, you have to remember that this is cutting edge what we have been doing and how we have been doing it. And the regulatory bodies may not like how it is you, the average Joe Smoke, me, the average Joe Smoke, are finding a way in the profit system that's designed for them to profit on us, not for us to participate. I want that to sink in. But with this unregulatory market called cryptocurrency, without the need of a middleman like a broker, we have a chance to participate and experience the same profits, actually more profit in a shorter period of time and get the results that we want. The question is, how fast do you want the results? And how much are you willing to be a part of the system? So don't get angry. You could get angry, but understand that the solution is here. And this company has all means to really do something special. So in regards to the Trinidad event, I'm in conversation with them now that that event cannot happen, will not happen for those who would have qualified already. What they can do for those individuals, we can still do something as a country, Trinidad and Tobago, and do some sort of launch of Icarus Labs in a kind of special way. I have some ideas. I'm going to talk with the leadership a little more. I'm still trying to get the company to see what level of support they can lend to the initiative and the idea that I have. They are in conversation now of creating, this is, as I told you, this is way too early information. Nothing has confirmed, so don't hold me to it, but I know conversations are happening. And they want to hold a massive event, and they're thinking about Greece as a destination and the promotion or the period of time to qualify. All of these things are coming to come. All right. So this conversation, and this is a event that's going to happen this year. This conversation coming to come. The future is very bright, very exciting. And for all of us in the Caribbean, going to Greece and going to Europe is not a challenge for us. Okay. It is actually quite simple for us. No special visas required and all these different things. So I would hope you're gaining some information here from me personally that can help you ease your mind a bit. But let me help you understand fully what will ease your mind. Let's talk the mind. So let me go into a little bit of the presentation, as this is not a presentation tonight. Let me go into a little bit of what Icarus Lab compensation presentation is. So one, people ask about the security. Do we have capital protection? No, there's not. And the reason why we have more chance of earning income. But what we do have as some layer of protection is the SEC. And for those who don't know, you try to get your company listed on the SEC. The SEC is a Securities and Exchange Commissions for the United States. I have said over and over again that the number one criminal country in the world is the United States. If you don't know your history, Please look it up. You'll see it for yourself. You don't have to take my word for it. They love to be the police of the world. However, all kind of scandals go on there, but they're the police of the world. But they find Binance. Look, sues the biggest names in crypto, Binance, Coinbase, and a double whammy for the sector. They went ahead and found a way to get 400 million or 4 billion. I'm not sure. I can't remember the exact number from Binance. CEO had to step down because of the big bad wolf that's called the SEC. Our company is available to be found on the website as a registered entity or an entity that has received the green light to operate from the SEC. So we're not hiding. That's an important note to note that we are not hiding. So that SEC regulation component to Icarus Lab screams. Okay, screams. Whether it screams legal, legit to you or not, for those people who like those type of things, it screams something and it's something that matters. All right. Well, as I said, let's get to the money. But this is where a lot of the questions are. And I don't blame you. Number one, whatever is your package size. First of all, this promotional 500, this promotional 500 is temporary. It may last for the entire month of March, then it goes away. Okay. Your ticket size and ticket value start at, and ticket is a technical or another word for package, but they use the word tickets. Okay. So the word ticket is what they utilize. So that's the language we have to speak. So the system of tickets start at $1,000 really. So you have 500 for now, but it starts at $1,000. $1,000 gives you 2,000 in net asset value, NAV. What do this mean? It means if you had 1,000 in ISE, they have already moved your money over. If you had 1,000 or Phoenix, they already move your money over to this system of Icarus Labs. This $1,000 will now accumulate $2,000 in bonuses and profits, ROIs, depending on whichever comes first or however it comes. Now, you who may have started since December with this $1,000 in Icarus Lab, maybe you withdrew profits, sorry, in off Phoenix. Maybe you withdrew profits already. Maybe you already accumulated. Maybe you already started to benefit from Orphenex, hence the reason why you was loving whichever bot you were subscribed to, whether it was Orion, Saphira, or Kaiser, you were already benefiting. God be praised. Bless. You have received a renewed opportunity of $1,000 being subscribed to you, my friend. Okay? Understand me well. Understand me clearly on what I'm saying. This $1,000 becomes 2,000. It may take you 4 months, even if it's more, but it may take you 4 months for you to attain this money. You win. Your capital back in hand, and the rest is profit to generate. Now, let me help clarify what do I mean about attain. When you choose a campaign, which I'll show you and I'll talk about a little bit, because I want to talk about how you can participate with a campaign and how multiple of campaigns you can choose. When you choose a campaign and the campaign finishes, you're going to receive a certain amount of profits. Okay. You cannot come out of the system, meaning this is not an unsubscribe opportunity. Once you purchase a ticket, you purchase a ticket. You cannot come out of the system until you have reached that 2,000 threshold. So when you have achieved $2,000 in bonuses or profits, this is when you can come out. So what you're seeing here, whether it's 3,000, whether it's 5,000, whether it's 10,000, let's use the 10,000 as an example. The more money you put into the ticket, you notice that the multiplier is changing. So it goes from times 2 to times 4 to even 3.5. So your 10,000 means you will generate $35,000. I want you to look at this as it takes 1 year, because most of us know we were buying or subscribing to the Saphira tenure, and we had intentions to be in the Saphira tenure for 1 year, knowing that if we unsubscribe, we would receive the 40% penalty. When you purchase this ticket, you're part of the ticket until your net asset value has reached its max potential of wherever your ticket value may be. So if it's 5,000, 15,000 is your threshold. 35,000 if it's at 10,000. So that means you will generate that level of profit within 1 calendar year. That's how it's going to work, my friends. So just for comparison purposes, I know and you know that the Saphira tenure would have given you, let's be generous and say, it gives you back your capital and a profit of 125%. No, it's about 150%. Let's say it like this. It's a little less, but let's just say 150%. So you'd receive 10,000 plus 10,250 in profit. 2,000, yeah, something like this. You would receive 12,250. Something like this is where you would have received in profit, or almost 15,000, something like this. I would have to go back and look to give you the exact figure. But I know it would not have been 250%. This is what I know. So in that same time period, because you're participating in which is considered more risky as far as the cryptocurrency, so we're not going to deny risk or tell you that there's absolute guarantee. But based on the projections, based on the history past of trading, which we would have access to the past trades that the company has successfully had with the weekly reports that they're going to produce for us, I can tell you that the trend is up. This 35,000 can finish in less than a year, but I'm saying give it 1 whole year. Okay? Let's give it 1 whole year. So you are actually, with your existing package, making much more profits in a shorter space in time than what you set off for with ISE. So ISE has set us up, because keep in mind, this is still ISE. They're in a strategic partnership with Icarus Labs. So ISE has managed our funds and managed our funds in such a great way that we're going to benefit still. You're going to receive great benefits, especially those of us who could climb to the 30,000 mark. That's a great desire. Okay. So the question persons asks is, if I have a 5,000 USDT multiplier of the 3 times and I could earn 15,000, could I take this 5,000, upgrade it, and upgrade to 10,000? No, you cannot. If you have another 5,000, or you accumulated 5,000 more, you have to buy an additional $5,000 separate ticket, or Wait until you accumulate the funds of 10,000 and buy a separate ticket of 10,000. There's no upgrading option with this because once you have a ticket, you have a ticket, and your ticket is locked for the NAV value, which is the net asset value that the ticket is allowed to make. Whether this part will change or not, I'm not sure, but it's questions that the company have had repeatedly. They may or may not look into it, but I believe it'll be unlikely, okay? Because they're gonna look at you use the 5,000 to gain profits of this net value of the 3-time multiplier. Use that same profit, go up to 10,000, and now you get an entire different multiplier of 3.5. It's not gonna work out based on how they build their system, from my understanding. So you cannot do that. So regarding the campaigns, what could you do with the campaign? The campaign, when available, for example, the S, we joined early. We were not supposed to join. Some of us who understood what was going on went ahead and subscribed to this S Plus package. So some of us are already expecting to receive some profits, and we were not supposed to, but we are going to, okay? The entire move that we want to do should absolutely finish with the tree and the structure of the tree by the 1st of March. We are in full speed ahead, okay? This entire 10-day campaign, I believe from the first 10 days of March, let's say like this, I believe we will fill this to 100% of the barometer. And there we start counting the actual 10 days. Now, the barometer that you see correlates to the amount of money is actually being loaded into the campaign. When you subscribe to the 10 days, I want to give an example. Let's say you subscribe on the 1st. It do not mean the moment that you subscribe or the moment that you cast your vote for the campaign that 10 days later you're going to be accredited the 30%. No. The campaign only starts to your day to count, or the duration starts from when it is filled at 100%. So we would have to help guide people, help people to subscribe, to vote, to whatever they need to do to participate in the campaign, and from their comments. So let's use the same example of the 1st of March to the 10th of March. We have everyone join. Day 11, the campaign starts. The money went to the fund, the funding butt, and our money is inside there, and it starts to finally trade. Day 21 will make it 10 days, okay? Because it started trading day 11, day 21 is 10 days. Day 22 is when your money will be credited in your back office GMT 000. Your profits, okay? The money is released again. And once you have space available, which we all will, you can join another campaign, because you can continue joining campaigns until you have no more money to be made. And when I say no more money to be made, until you don't have any NAV left to attain profits or bonuses. Okay? Once you made your quota or you made the entire term, you can just forget it all or decide to purchase another ticket. The decision is yours. Can one account have multiple tickets? Absolutely. You can have unlimited amount of active tickets as you desire. So you could have, I could triple check this, but I believe this, I heard this before, but I'll just triple check again. But let's stand with it as unlimited for now. So that means you could have 5 different tickets of $1,000 up to you, or 5 different tickets of $10,000 up to you on one account. So as campaign comes up, because as soon as the campaign finish, they're going to have another. Their goal is always to have 2 or 2, minimum 2 to 3 campaigns running. Okay. So the faster we fill up the campaign, the faster another campaign is launched. The more money we have or tickets we have, the more we could put towards a campaign. The more individuals we bring on to join a campaign, the more it speeds up the duration process, finishing, the campaign starting, money generating. I would love that we grow the community in such a way that the 10-day campaign, we can see two of them finish within a month. What would that mean? That would mean 60%. We may not start off like that. We may even start with just one a month. It may stay like this for quite some period of time until you decide to get aggressive with this business. But could you imagine we build this in such a dynamic way that we receive two 10-day campaigns a month? That's 60%. Could you imagine three? That's 90% return in one calendar month. Possibility exists. Depends on how we build it. All right, my friends. So this is the concept of, and this is what has the capabilities of taking place and going on. So the binary system will be, because we are moving from uni level to binary. So the binary system, the company is fixing itself to make sure they organize and have that system up and running and working very soon in a fair or proportional manner. Let me say it to you like this. All right. Of course, this is now they call it recommendation reward. Some of you may be familiar with a direct bonus term. So now as you help someone get started, you can receive a direct bonus for that individual getting started and part of your team. And every time that person renew their ticket or purchase another ticket, once you personally sponsor that individual, you will continue to receive that direct bonus. So example, someone bought a ticket for 10,000. Let's say you're at the 10,000 yourself. You're receiving 7% of 10,000. 7% of 10,000 is $700. Every time they max out their 35,000 and they decide they're going to put $10,000 back into the system again, yes, you'll be receiving that 700. So it comes like you can create some birthdays along the way. Every time somebody's celebrating their birthday because they have made their money, their threshold, and they purchase again, voodoo, residual income for you via direct bonus. Of course, we have the community bonus, where this community bonus is working with the same sort of percentages. So it pays you on the lesser leg with the whole binary. Meaning, if you have 100,000 on one leg and 10,000 on another leg, meaning one of your legs is a leg that is already running, producing and produce over 100,000 in volume, and you're now building your smaller team or the other team where you're now finding some leadership or some people just got started, and 10,000 in volume came in, you would make 7% if you own a $10,000 package. That is 7% bonus or the community bonus. So that's yet again another $700 from your team. And as I stated, when your team is resubscribing, that means that's what is happening. It'll be fresh volume counting for you to make income on. I want to remind you that this weaker leg or this concept means that it's going to minus 10,000 from the 100,000. So you would have 90,000 rolling over available for you to receive pay on. That 90,000 will only increase if that particular leg does more volume. But the moment that the other leg, as an example, do 100,000 in volume, it's going to surpass that 90,000. They're going to subtract from each other. You're going to receive pay on the 90,000. Yes, because that now is the weaker leg. So 90 from 100, you receive commissions on that, 7% if you're at the 7% level, 10% if you're at the 10% level. And the following week, you have 10,000 on the other leg. I hope that's not complicated. I hope I didn't complicate. I hope that's very simple. It's just if you're not familiar with binary, it's how the binary system works. Whichever leg is doing the least amount is the leg that you'll consider to be getting paid on, or call the smaller leg or the weaker leg. Okay, that's that system. So let's talk about a part that I really like. I mean, this part with the leadership, I don't know why they put these ugly colors here with this thing. They need to fix this presentation. This part here with the whole group director and the director, this is an exciting part for you to participate with the company turnover. Your ambition, all of us, is to get to this 2% level. This return, or this ROI on the company generated business. Wow. Wow. Can you imagine what they'll be generating? If they're able to pay us what they're paying us, can you imagine what they're actually generating for themselves? I can't wait to see that level of status myself personally. Okay. So here is something I think is very, very nutty for all the persons who are coming across from ISC, especially Orphanex platform. Okay. You know that before the withdrawal system was such that on the 1st and the 15th, you make a withdrawal, you receive it on the 20th. From the 20th, from the 16th to the 30th, you make a withdrawal, you receive it on the 5th. With this system, whenever you have 50 US or more and you make the withdrawal, you receive it in 3 working days. It can be less, but approximately 3 working days for the max, you will receive your withdrawal. I like that. I like that. So if you join a campaign and the campaign finished, maybe you have 2 tickets going, and you have a ticket for 10,000 and a ticket for 1,000, as an example, and you take this 10,000 ticket and you put in that $10,000 ticket in all the smaller campaigns, so you can get your 2 to 5% or whatever is the percentage for the smaller campaigns coming to you on every 4-day basis, as an example, every time you join. And the other one is in the longer campaign of 10 days or whenever it's fulfilled, whatever the case may be. But I like the withdrawal system that whenever you have the money showing up from bonuses, maybe you have created bonuses. Whenever you have the money showing up, if you're withdrawing daily, it's no problem. 3 working days, the money will be released to you. I like. I like. So those are some of the key benefits that I would have seen. I didn't look at any questions. I'm gonna check the chat now to see if there's any questions. Okay, since there's no capital protection, what happens to the capital protection? This question has been asked before. Their company is going to do something. Let this entire thing work out. They will, as I mentioned, that the company is very responsible. They're very generous, and they have given. Even though you would have made profits and you would have probably subtracted that profits, they're not going to go and calculate and take back the profits that you already made. No, you're getting a fresh money and a fresh chance to make your money all over again. So the company is not going to do that. But regarding your capital protection, if you do, because we don't have too many people that have the 73-day capital protection Saphira bot, but for those that do, you will have that money credited to you. It will be in IL tokens, I believe, and you will be able to use those tokens for the month of March only at 100% value. After the month of March, it'll go to a 50-50 value. Okay? But for the month of March, they're going to accept it as 100% value for any of the tickets we want to purchase. Can you withdraw profits from the campaign before the campaign is over? Absolutely not. When you choose a campaign, you have to wait for the campaign to complete. Then, example, let's say you join a 3-day campaign. The 3 days only start when the campaign reaches 100%. Once it starts, because it achieves 100%, let's say it starts on the 1st, on the 3rd, the campaign is completed, or on the 4th, let's say 3 days, so 2, 3, 4. On the 4th, the campaign is completed. On the 5th, the money is accredited 000 GMT time to your profit wallet. 80-20. Okay, 80% in your withdrawal profit, 10% in the token wallets. All right. So I believe I have spent some time with you guys. I don't know if any of the leadership would like to ask some questions maybe, or voice what their thoughts are on this entire move, especially as they start to understand more each step of the way. But I want to believe that you have received a good gist of information. All right, this is a public question, and up to now, I don't have the answer myself as yet, but I know the talk has been going on. What happens to the subscribers with the 200 Orion? Would they be able to add more to reach a 500? Add more to reach a 500, that they can do. There also has been discussion for those who, because when they move over that money, it's not like it's a ticket they're buying when they move over. When that money move over, there's also talk of allowing persons to withdraw that money if they so desire. So there's talk going around. I'm not sure. There's no concrete answer of which direction everything is going to flow. As you know, we are only into maybe day 6 of this whole news and transition that's taking place. It started last week Friday. It's now Friday again. So it's been a lot of meetings and sleepless nights working to try to make sure that we understand that this thing is heading in the right direction. That most importantly, people can realize that, hey, I can sleep comfortable because my butt is working for me. Yeah. So just just bear with us some more as we will get these answers, but these are questions that a lot of people have. But definitely, I know you can add to the 200 to make it more money and send out. All right. Any
A
other
question came directly to me here. And I know she probably meant to post it publicly, but she's asking concerning the capital protection. I know she'd asked this call, that's Ramona. She asked this question, sorry, on the call the other night also. I know we need to get some information on that, but she's asking about the persons who would have paid capital protection in advance for the 73 days.
I just answered that question.
I didn't, oh shoot, so I didn't hear you answer that part, sorry.
Yeah. I just answered the capital protection. I received the question as well. Yes, but
oh, the question came directly to you also.
yes. So those who would have paid the capital protection, you're going to receive that money in the IL tokens, and you have the option.
Okay, good.
Is enough to subscribe, or if you want to help someone get started and you sell that. But keep in mind, for the first month of March, we'll have the opportunity to use the IL tokens for 100% subscription, or 100% to purchase tickets. Okay, so knowing how we have USDT problems in Trinidad and Tobago, those tokens will be very valuable to us in the need of helping people subscribe. All right, so don't worry, the company has been very generous. They're not going to steal your capital protection money. They're going to give it to us. I have already had that conversation. Another question that someone asked me was if I subscribe to the Orion Superior on ISC, what happens? This is important to note. That money will also move over. It may take, like I said, until the tree settle, but once 29th or March 1st, the latest are reached, once you submitted the information to myself or any other leadership, that you don't see said value, we'll be able to submit it to them and the value will come across. Okay. It's important to know that concept.
One quick question, King, that was asked of me. Good night. By the way, very good information. I think that you helped clear up a lot of things. Some questions that I had, you answered it from other persons. So I think we're on a good trajectory. In terms of a couple of people who are passive ask, because we have the binary system and they're not actively building, what is their position? Can they remain passive or they have to get on the active rule now?
It's totally up to them, and it depends on where they are. Because what happens and what will tend to happen is people are going to see money there that they could make, but they're not making. So they could be as passive as they want. They may be so early in the game that when we continue building, because you're going to build, I'm going to build, they may have people that fall in their structure and they may see volume there, and all they have to do is just work on the other side to receive some income. That may or may not happen, but I believe it will have a tendency to happen to many. So they are not forced. Nobody has to build a business. You can be a passive investor, as we are doing our best to attract passive investors. But the only slight notch on this is you can't be too passive. You need to go in and just once click on the campaign and go in once and click on withdraw. So you withdraw and you participate. I will want to make it clear, and I will echo this. Do not leave profits in your wallet, because this is not your bank account. You have profits in your wallet, withdraw to your USDT wallet, please, and hopefully you have a wallet that's not on the exchange, but you have a MetaMask or a Trust wallet or one of these wallets that's considered a cold wallet, or a wallet that is not controlled by anyone. No government could shut down, no government could go and find out how much money you have in your MetaMask wallet or it don't work. They cannot shut that down. Okay. So I would suggest do not leave any money in the system unless you have intentions to use it. Please make your withdrawals. It's important that you make your withdrawals. All right.
Thank you.
No problem. Any other thoughts, concerns?
I have a question, Cordell.
Please do.
Go ahead.
Yes, Mr. Calvin Carabine.
Hi, night, everyone. Okay, now the whole in from ICE, everybody is being transferred. All right, so you're getting the binary tree. You spoke about recommendation or direct sponsorship. When is a person considered to be your direct sponsor? The person who you directly sponsor, when that person purchases a ticket or when the tree comes across?
Okay, when the tree comes across, the tree will come across with everyone who you have personally recommended in ISC. It'll be that same way. So you're gonna have the persons that you personally sponsored, they're gonna still remain your personally sponsored. They're just gonna either be on your left or right leg. And whoever is based on the timestamp, let's say you sponsored myself first, and then a week later you sponsor Clifton, and a week after that or a month after that you sponsor Kimmerl. I will be the first. Clifton will still be your personally sponsored. He will be underneath me, or could be on the left of me. And Kimmerl will still be your personally sponsored, and he'll be underneath either Cliff Clemson or myself. Why? You personally sponsor them, but it's going on the timestamp of when the person's joined.
Yeah, but question here, at what time do you get your bonus for that?
Yes. So whenever they purchase, no, you ask a double dip question. I do not believe they're gonna allow us to double dip. I don't know. I'm hoping they will give us that double dip opportunity, but I don't think so. But let's talk about repurchasing of the ticket. When someone tickets expire and they are the person you personally sponsored, the moment that they buy a new ticket or they buy an additional ticket, once you have a sponsor them, you're going to receive the bonus at 000 GMT time. So every day or whenever the day ends at GMT time, bonuses are paid out.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. But I know one of the answers you would like to hear, which I can't say, is that everybody that comes across, we would get paid that direct bonus on right now. I would love if he decide to implement that, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I could tell you from testing done, Clifton would have used some IL tokens, which he was not supposed to, but he has, God be praised, and he was able to use some to purchase 100% one of the tickets, and he received his commission on that ticket. But the commission is pending. I think it's pending due to the fixing of the tree still have to happen. But some one of the other commissions he received, he could tell you about that himself. So what I can tell you is that the system is on track. It is going to be functioning very sweet, and I love the direction in which we're heading. Any other questions or concerns? Oh, okay. With a live demo for the yes, absolute. Um, I don't know if Mr. Ryan wants to do a little bit of that tonight, or he wants to wait a bit. I think we should wait a bit, and maybe we could reschedule a call for next week Saturday. But next week Saturday will be the second, yes. If not the second, maybe on the first itself. It depends. But yes, we would definitely do uh how it works, how to subscribe to a campaign, how everything. I mean, you could go in there, you can't do anything wrong, you can't mess anything up. You could go in there and play around with the system if you want as well. But you could wait, and we would definitely make sure that we instruct as we continue to learn ourselves. I know some persons who have went in and pushed every single button they can, whether it was good or bad, they pushed the button. So it's all about you and what you would like to do. I would prefer persons wait, and by next week, Friday, Saturday, when we are ready to run into this March and march forward, we'll be definitely doing that type of seminar training, for sure. Any other
For the
questions?
next question,
Yes,
this
Mr.
move
Rabbi.
is not only your team, but all the teams that were involved in ICE.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. No one remaining, no one left behind. Okay. Yeah. So check. So okay, let me say the question. And this is very important. Thank you for reminding me to mention this. For some of you, I will give you an example. I know of someone who have 9,000 in ISC, 3,000 Orion, 3,000 Superior, 3,000 in Orphenex. I mean Kaiser. And because they had 9,000, there's no $9,000 package available in Icarus Labs. What I notice have happened to some have not. They would have purchased a $5,000 ticket for the individual, and the other 4,000 went into the IL tokens. Okay, so they would be responsible for buying the ticket for themselves. Some persons, they would have had $517 because they were starting to do the compound, and that $17 would have went into the IL tokens. Some people, maybe only 3,000 come across, and they're missing additional $100 or additional $2,000. It varies depending on the individual. Okay. Please take notes of if you're missing money when it comes from your capital. I'm not speaking about profit or bonuses, because there's a message in your back office that speaks about the profit and bonuses of what ISE is going to do if you have profits or bonuses left there. But your capital in subscriptions in ISE, your capital, all of it should come across on this platform. So whatever capital you have there in Orion, Kaiser, or Saphira tenure, please make sure that entire capital comes across. If it is not, notify myself or any other leadership, and we will submit a request to have that capital moved. All right.
Got one quick question here. Good night, everyone. King Play here. Just futuristically speaking, right? So when the Vlado issue is resolved, would all that capital come over to this platform at that time, or there isn't any conversation on that as yet?
I know that yesterday in the Amazon rainforest, about approximately 1.7 trillion raindrops fell on the left side of every tree in the rainforest. If you ask me about how much snow fell in Alaska, I can also answer that. I can let you know how many different snowflakes fell. But the question to Vlado and the investigation on what will happen with that futuristic question, I cannot answer, my friend. It's a good question. I've received the question numerous times. I have the question myself. But I cannot answer, and if I dare to answer, I might be telling a lie. And I'd refuse to lie to you. But I could tell you about the amount of raindrops and snowfall that has happened in different parts of the world. That's easier for me to answer. Can you live with that answer, Mr. Castampierre?
Yeah, I think I'll survive.
No, I really can't say, bro. I really can't say.
So King, in respect of what you just spoke of, not the issue of alerting you when if people have checked and their subscription has not gone ahead. At what point do we wait until the end of the beginning of March, or do we have to do it before in terms of timing to get that information?
I think you should just definitely start doing all the checks now. So let's
Yeah.
say on the 28th, 29th, or whenever I ask for that, I should already have a list. So I've already started compiling a list, to be honest
Yes.
with you, because I have a
Yes.
few persons who have this issue. So I've already
Yes.
started compiling a list, and my list is ready to be submitted the moment they say, okay, we're ready for this next batch of issues. But there are going to be issues. Not everybody's going to be seamlessly handled, but I'm already starting to compile. So for me, it's just going through and doing your checks and balances on your team to help those persons, because you know not everyone may be as mature on you and I to go through, check, and make sure that they're minding their own business. Sometimes we have to mind people business, and as we are Trinidadians with our macro self, we specialize in minding people business. So let's just use it in the correct terms.
So another thing is in respect of profits that people would normally use to for the compound effect, particularly for the Orion. That stops now, or that can continue and be added, or would that confuse the system? So if somebody would have doubled their offering by the end of this week or whatever, or if they have profits and they want to put it forward, what is that? Would that affect the system, or can it be done?
Well, I should stop the recording to answer that.
Yes, please.
No, but all jokes aside, if they allow you to add, you add, and then you make the claim for them to move over the money because they allow you to add. It's not your fault, and that's your money you're entitled to because that you're subscribed. So I'm also of that opinion that once you use your profits and bonuses to subscribe, that money you're claiming for that to be moved over. If they move it over into IL tokens, no problem. You happy once they move over that money.
So the sensible thing people should do if that is being done is to probably take a screenshot as a record of what they have done.
Absolutely, make sure you have your money backing. I'm sure the company would too, but definitely they have already told me that they are going to move across. Because what I told them is, listen, I understand that you can stop overnight, but as a network, we cannot. It'll have members who are already in the process of joining. They will already still want to join. You don't have Icarus Lab set up in such a way that they can join right now. I can't sponsor no one. So what you want me to do? Stop business? Okay, no, I don't think so. So let me subscribe them. Whatever they put over there, you bring it across. Is it fair? Of course, others will find a loophole to utilize that system, but God be praised. So guys, I think we have had a nice, good, powerful hour of conversation. I would have hoped there was a lot more clarity to you who would have been having questions and concerns and wanted to make the voicing that they would like to voice. You could feel free, if there's more conversation you would like to have, to reach out to me directly or to reach out to others who could definitely give you the same answers, if not better. And we will just continue building and growing together. What I can tell you, the way forward and our future is bright. But I like that we don't have to go too far in the future. From the first month of April, we should see the benefits of at least one 10-day campaign in the month of March, which means a minimum of 30% we are going to receive. I want you to know the estimated percentage of profit from ISE was about 10%. When it's oil boiled down to it, you were looking at the 10,000 generating, let's say, 1,000 to 1,100 in profit for you to withdraw. Now, that same 10,000 can generate $3,000 in profit as a minimum, depending on what campaign you participate with. Wow. Wow. Okay. So I can't wait to understand more. I can't wait for us to go through at least the first month, but do not go through the month passive. Go through the month active, and let's go out there and build this business. But we will continue to give you all the building blocks and all the truths and all the things that you will need to build up your confidence, that you can go ahead and allow people to join the AI way of making money and allow them to make money for themselves. Where we have just a better way than any other way that they have. All that scams that people would have participated with, those scams, I could tell you, were not SEC registered. You can go on the website to search them up and find them. But here we are. So I look forward on this road of victory, this road of winning, this road of love that we're going to be a part of. And I thank you so much. Any closing thoughts or remarks before we disappear and end everything?
I'll just really encourage persons, King, to go and start familiarizing themselves, log into the back office. If you did not receive an email, at least let us know so you can get the link to get access to the Icarus Labs website. I know I know there are some things that we interfered with in the back office already that we probably weren't supposed to. I heard Law say today we hack into the system. I'm sure he was talking about me. But I think it's important for persons to log on, at least see the back office. Some members logged in, they're super excited about what they saw. Some already joined campaigns, some already purchased tickets using their tokens. So persons are already getting familiar, and some of them are very much excited. So please, people, go and log in, check out your business, see that your capital is there, and if it's not there, please send a message to your upline leader so that that could be sorted out, all right? So I appreciate you once again, King, coming on and sharing all the information.
Brother. Thank you so much for every one of you that's took responsibility to be here and mind your own business. Thank you very much. Have a blessed and successful week to come. See you guys very soon. Ciao, ciao.